All right, today we're going to be taking a look at the favorite rod, and this is the Rush. It's the 701 medium heavy, and this is the rod that I usually end up using for throwing a jerkbait, a small crankbait, square bill, that sort of thing. I like it for moving baits. You can see I have that Mega Bass, that Vision 110 on there right now. And we'll just go over some of the features of this. It says it's a medium heavy, and it's got the backbone to it, but also you can see it loads up pretty well there. That's why I like to throw a jerkbait on it. I throw a jerkbait on a rod that's probably a little bit heavier than most people, and that's usually because I'm fishing for a big smallmouth when I'm throwing a jerkbait, or I'll be throwing for pre-spawn largemouth, and their mouths are just a little bit harder at that time of year, so I like to have that. It just comes down to personal preference, but I really think it does well. You can see, like I said, it's the medium heavy action, and it's got plenty of tip on it. So when you're jerking that rod, it gets that bait and it'll get it darting, because you know you want to throw a jerkbait on slack line. That's the most important thing with it. So when I get that going, I really think it's a perfect combination for that. And then I'll also throw like a DT6. I'll throw a DT10 on it as well. Just that shallow to mid-range baits. I'm not going to throw a 6XD or anything like that on it. You're not going to be able to throw that thing anywhere. It doesn't have enough backbone for that. But that's where this rod's going to come into play. So let's go over some of the features on it. It's the Rush series, so it's got the hook keeper that is right at the base there. That's probably my favorite hook keeper they make, honestly. It sits there perfectly, holds it out, keeps your bait away from your hand. So someone put it down below, and then you gotta worry about grabbing it as you're unhooking your lure. So that's why I prefer that hook keeper to be above the reel. You can see the reel seat itself, very easy to use like the other Rush series. Comes right on and off. Super simple, smooth. And what I like about this, some companies will use a foam or a cork right there. I like when it's rigid like this, because you can see it's the Rush there. It goes right into your rod blank. So when you got your finger there, you really can feel a lot with it as well. It fits well in your hand when you're throwing the jerkbait, when you're working it. It's got the nice high quality cork and foam handle. It's a split grip, which I like. You can really get a good hold of it when you're launching that bait out there, because you're going to want both hands when you're throwing a jerkbait to really try to get the maximum distance out of it. So let's go over some of the actual ratings as well. It's a 7-foot rod we talked about. It's rated for a 1/4 to a 5/8 ounce lure. The line size, it's probably 8 to 15, 20-pound test, and it just all around perfect setup. I'll show you a video here coming up with some of the fish that I've caught on it this year. Throwing that jerkbait, probably be smallmouth. I'll have to look them up. I might even actually have some that I caught on the Classic from earlier this year. This rod here, day one of the Classic, I caught a 6 and a 7-pounder, which, how often do you get to do that? That was with that DT10 and the Bassmaster Classic, so I got to hold up 2 giant largemouths, so that was pretty awesome. But thanks for watching. This rod retails for $250 on the favorite website. You can check them out. I really highly recommend it, and check out the rest of my series. There's a playlist I have under my YouTube channel. It's called Favorite Rod for the Job, just like the banner, and it goes over just a bunch of the different favorite rods. It'll give you an idea what you want it for, each rod specifically, and it'll help you pick out what you're looking for. If you have more questions, don't ever hesitate to reach out to me on my Instagram or Facebook page, or you just comment right on the YouTube comments. I'll get back to you eventually. Sometimes I miss them on the YouTube, but if you put it on Instagram, I'll get back to you pretty quick. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe.
Just one now.
What?
Just one now.
You're down to one.
Yeah, it's getting nice out.
Pickerel? Oh, that's a fat one.
Not the net?
Sure. Fat that big one?
I didn't see
It's like not that long, but. I'm not ready. You want to keep fishing here a little bit? I had 2 bites here.
Did you?
Like that little stretch. Oh my god, okay, nothing else. Jump on the other side of the thing. Every lunker is a day.
No.
Oh,
Think?
oh yeah.
It's very fat.
It's very fat.
Oh.
Still not very long, but.
Right. What?
I didn't know where they were.
But the water's almost up to 50.
Stay on there.
Be a pickerel.
Stay on there. No, don't do that.
Do you want the net?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, he did not hook you up. He is freaking out. Go, come on!
I don't.
I know, I'm kidding.
Come on.
There you
Oops.
go. That does not, if he is in the net at one point, that does count. Whoops.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Are you gonna weigh it?
Oh wait, I don't think he's gonna be bigger than yours. I need to get a picture of that. Wait, I think he's my biggest one today.